Hi Collective, welcome to my channel, Crystal's Shadow Work. Hi everyone. So I'm just checking my volume here. Okay, so this is going to be a reading intended for all my star seeds, light workers, earth angels. Okay, so we are very much connecting with this energy that's coming through, for June, right? All of these beautiful portals that are coming through, especially on these 666 gateways that are coming in. So we just had our second gateway that opened up yesterday, right? So I've been feeling so much intense energy coming through, like it's been hard for me to ground myself. I should probably be working with more crystals to ground myself at this time. Because it's like so much loving energy. It's just so beautiful, right? But we're taking in all of these energies, activating the light codes within us and everyone, so it's very beautiful. I've been pulling out different decks and doing different things. Then I realized, too, that I didn't do my Saturn retrograde general collective reading that I was going to do for everybody, where I was going to talk about the houses. So I wanted to tell you guys I'm going to be working on that one next. So, if you watch the Saturn retrograde readings and you wanted that general collective, it's going to be uploading tonight, okay? So, and I'm also going to be doing some other fun readings where I'm getting more into the different zodiacs, and just different readings that I felt guided to do that might be of interest to you. So, since I felt to tell you about that, maybe you guys haven't checked out my Saturn retrograde energies, and you might want to, because very strongly we're feeling Saturn retrograde is impacting us too, right? So if you haven't checked those out, those are down below on my channel. Okay, I'm going to be pulling the Shaman Dream Oracle too, and a Shaman reading that I'm going to be doing. So I'll probably attach this video as well. Okay, but let's get into this energy. So whatever you guys feel guided to, but know that if you're guided to my reading, then we're at the same vibrational frequency, because I'm helping with awakenings and activations and this high energy. I'm very much calling in everyone, right, that needs to be awakened to realizing their gifts, their talents, that they very much are light workers, star seeds. If you found this and you were unaware than you were, then this is awaken you to knowing that, and you should definitely check out more of my readings. So if you were guided to me, again, I would definitely subscribe. So you're guided to me for a reason. Find out why, right? If you click the notification bell, you'll get notifications on when I do my uploads. And all my readings are timeless, guys. I've been building this platform for over a year. So whatever you feel guided to reading, there's a lot of just so many different types of knowledge and different things, and I'm getting awakened to a lot more as I connect. So okay, anyways, let's get into this reading. Alright, so it's my star seeds and light workers. Oh my gosh, look, and as I say that, awakening genius. I told you guys, I'm getting just so much more enlightenment, it's coming in so much quicker about things that just I was unaware of. I feel like I need to do more readings for shamans, right? And getting into Reiki healing, which I've always known that I've had a special gift of that, but it's I got the awakening and the enlightenment to that. So and what was the newest one? Pyrokinesis. It's funny, as I just watched that new movie too with the little girl, based off the Stephen King book, maybe, where she has the ability to manipulate fire. But anyways, pyrokinesis is the psychic ability that allows a person to create and control fire with their mind. So that is very beautiful, and I've always known that. I always have a special connection with crystals and things like that, so I've always known about that ability. Anyway, so I'm getting all sorts of enlightenment and downloads as well, and I feel I'm going to be giving that to you guys. Maybe you have that ability for me to bring it up in this video, because they knew that they guided me to doing this reading today. When I was doing all of my portal readings last night, I was working on some, but there was such intense energies, it was hard to for me to calm down and separate it all. So I only got like 4 readings out. But anyways, your guys' readings today after I was getting a bunch of enlightenment this morning. Okay, so a lot of you could very much be on the Twin Flame Collective too, as I need to tell you guys that, you know, most of us that are on the Twin Flame Collective are very much star seeds and light workers as well. Okay, and I just did a Twin Flame energy reading early this morning, and it says, can you let go for your twin? Because something is needing to be let go of. And I felt to say that because we had the let go card come out, which is confirmation. So there's something creating a blockage. Okay, and maybe you guys are getting the realization that you're very much on the Twin Flame Collective. A lot of things are coming out. False twins, things like that. A lot of releasing too, because we're still feeling this full moon energy. Okay, we got take a deep breath, and that talks about, you know, you're needing to take a deep breath and release and let go of any of the things that you could be holding on to. You know, that's where we have breath withholding, when we have, you know, fear and anxiety and anger, and it's kind of like a coping mechanism we've done to like not blow up, right? Kind of control our anger, but then we suppress it and we kind of keep it in. So taking deep breaths allow you to release negative energies, ions, and all of that, and taking deep breaths allows you to bring in positive energies. Okay, and then we've got the time machine that came out. So I'm feeling like things are going to come back around again. Another twin flame reading that I did earlier yesterday with this energy was, it always comes back around. So that it's definitely guiding me to tell you guys that some of you need to check out the twin flame readings that I did. But the time machine has another message behind it. So it talks about inherited patterns, conditioning, lessons already learned, cellular memory, honoring the past without being trapped there. So this is a big thing. Some of you really might need to be releasing traumas and wounds and things from the past that were simply meant to teach you lessons along your path, to get that knowledge to then release and let go. Because remember, we are clearing the path for trauma and things like that. Or we are able to transmute the energy from negative to positive, right? So we're healing ancestral patterns, curses, all sorts of things that are within our bloodlines, families, and not even just that, out in the world, wherever we're guided to go. A lot of us light workers, you know, we have different missions. You know, I'm a grid worker, so I help with the ley lines and with anchoring energy within the planet wherever I go. And you know, people that come across my path, things like that. So what I'm getting at is a lot of these experiences and things that we take on are simply because, you know, we're always working and absorbing this energy, but we need to be able to transmute it and release it. So taking a deep breath, you know, you guys are needing to release any of the things that you're holding on to. About to tell you to get crystals too, can help you protect yourself and clear out energy as well. And then I wanted to look at the bottom too, as I always do, right? Endless possibilities. And this on the bottom is often what you're not aware of. To me, it's always like what could be coming. Okay, so endless possibilities. You may be starting to get the realizations and thinking and more clearly of more ways, maybe to make money, or more ways to go after like your passions, your hobbies. So this talks about unlimited potential, moving beyond limiting beliefs and filters of an unhealed past, using your awareness to discern what is possible and having the courage to leap beyond even that is the message that is coming across. Okay, so we're gonna leave that there. Okay. So I was called to do a shaman dream oracle. We'll pull one so you guys can see that deck, and I mean, I'll probably use it more for you guys as well. I just wanted to tell you that I'm going to be doing readings for shamans too. It's beautiful because a lot of these, I'm going to break them apart because I don't know all the meanings behind the cards, and some of these, hold on guys, let me turn down my monitor. Some of these books explain, you know, the story behind each card so well. I mean, I always have my own interpretation, but they're so beautiful that sometimes, you know, I want to fully read, you know, what the book has and stuff. So it can be a lot in one reading. But the Feast of Plenty was what I just showed you guys. So choices and their consequences. And it's very beautiful because we're very much in Saturn retrograde, and it's all about choices, right? And everything that you do at this point. You know, it's because there's a lot of tests in Saturn retrograde, a lot of obstacles, and it's where you create your karma that's coming, because it's like you got to prove yourself during this time, okay? So it's like, say that you're in a situation, and I know I keep calling this one out. Now, if it's not your story, leave it out. It's just one of the energies of somebody I'm connecting with. And, you know, if you keep getting this and this is you and you know it, then maybe it's confirmation, but it's your energy. If it's not yours, don't claim it. But what I'm getting at is very strongly like somebody's in some sort of situation where they're being taken advantage of. They're being like lied to, manipulated, cheated on, and it's like they're aware of it, but they're scared to stand up for themselves, maybe because they have children involved or family, or it's like, you know, they rely on that for security and stability and things like that. Well, that's all wrong, right? You're in a karmic relationship. It's supposed to teach you to find the courage and the inner strength to stand up for yourself and to end that situation by getting out of it, creating boundaries for yourself, telling the divine, telling that person that that's not okay and you're not going to stay, you know? And it's like, so if you're aware of that situation and you stay in it, you're staying in a karmic relationship, and you're actually telling the universe that you want more of that, because you're telling the universe that that's okay. So it's like, even if you say you get out of that situation later, you unfortunately might attract the same type of situation, just to make sure you've learned your lesson, especially if you don't make that decision now in Saturn retrograde. Because it's like, this is where we're supposed to tell the universe, you know, we're supposed to create boundaries for ourselves. We're supposed to have that self-love. So this is the time that you want to be telling the universe what you deserve and desire. So if you're aware that someone's doing that to you, and you're condoning it by staying in that situation, right? So it's like other things, like if you're aware that there's these deceitful energies around you and things like that, you need to get away from them. Okay, you need to create boundaries for yourself. You need to do whatever you can do so you don't attract more of it, because that's where you're getting like a test. And it's like, if you're not in alignment with your true soul's calling, you're going to be having obstacles come around and in your path to kind of realign you where you're supposed to be. And it's not even really like karma. It's just that if the divine has to intervene, it's not going to be an easy path. It's just like if the divine has to intervene and cause a tower moment in your life, it's going to be more dramatic than it would be if you just created that movement. So it's like, you know, you really want to pursue what you're feeling guided to at this time, what your heart's calling is, what your true soul's calling is. And I felt to tell you guys to look at your North Node. Okay, your North Node is your destined life, where you're supposed to be going, what you're supposed to be doing. So if you look whatever house is in your North Node, and then you investigate that, you're going to find it's going to be in alignment with your destiny and where you're supposed to be going and all that. And guys, this is also a time where blessings come in too, because if you are going after your soul's calling and going down your true divine life path, then you've got blessings and new opportunities coming out. This is a very powerful time for those people that do make major movements for their soul's calling, for self-love. Then you have these amazing opportunities opening up for you. That's why this is definitely the time to be getting empowered, right? Okay, so let's get a Shaman Dream Oracle card. Really, where is this first? Okay. Let's see here. Crown Games, right use of power. See, oh, look, and there's another confirmation to me. Look at that flame. Crown Games. See, I feel that you're going to be, what I'm getting with this card is that you're going to be getting enlightened to abilities that you have, like especially if someone's got that pyrokinesis, right? But you need to use them the right way, right use of power. It's probably a warning for me because I was going to play around with that tonight. So, right use of power. So don't manipulate or whatever. You know, it's karma time. So right use of power, but let's get the reading, right? So number 8, leadership, responsibility, accountability, and the right use of power. See, I wouldn't have gotten a leadership or responsibility, well, kind of, but Anyways, so it's about taking leadership, being responsible. So let me get to the reading here. Okay, so the game of power played by all people, whether they're conscious of it or not. It concerns who has it and who doesn't. How to get more of it and not to lose which you have. How to weld as wisely and not to get drunk when it causes harm. Not to get drunk with it and cause harm. Okay, so these are the matters you need to ponder now that you find yourself in the crown games too. You want to be on top, the best, the most effective, and the most beloved. You may discover that your deep desire to help others is disguising the underpinnings of this complex game. Power and all its entails can be both dangerous and productive, destructive and redemptive. So can you forgive without conditions and keep your dignity when challenged? Will you be accountable, amendable to change and making amends? Can you let go of your needs to rescue others? Lead with humility while letting others discover their way home. Now you're learning the empowerment comes with a price and a sacrifice for sovereignty. This is the time to pick your battles, use strategy, and temper your reactions. You have the power to make beautiful differences on behalf of others. Can you see a power as a circumstance, as a currency that you must spend? Okay, true power is steward wisely, for it is given from the divine and not from ego. Okay, so like I'm going to give you guys an example because I don't know if I'm reading it. Well, I'm reading it, but sometimes like, you know, you have to read things slowly and interpret them. And that's why I feel that I really have to slow the shaman readings down. So it'll be like just, you know, this oracle for the reading, right? I won't pull multiple ones like I can. So that's why that reading is going to be a little different. But I felt to give you guys a scenario of one of my own personal situations because a lot of us very much are connecting and have the same things going on in our lives. So I'm just going to say that I have a very karmic family member in my life, and it's one of the things that I've been dealing with all my life, you know, and I'm starting to realize that I have to stand up and create those boundaries. Maybe some of you will be finding that too, that you may be having to create boundaries with the family member and things like that. It's very difficult. Well, anyway, so here's an idea of here's a scenario recently where I used my crown games, right? My right use of power. So we had let's say a situation, you know, that occurred, and I'm not going to get too far in detail, but so it came down to where we had to get others involved, right? So I, you know, like authority and things like that. So I had the option to choose an approach of, you know, it was up to me. And it was like, I got this enlightenment by thinking, how can I resolve this problem? Which power, what authority can I use? What do I have? You know, because a long time ago, sometimes I'd manipulate things to get my way. So I've understood not to do that. All right, so in this scenario, like I had two options. I could have either taken the path to completely eliminate my problem, you know, but it would have required like more of a forceful action, and it would have impacted this person's life for a long time with the actions that would have came from that. And even though I was very angry at the time, you know, and that would have been the quickest, simplest approach, all I would have had to say is one thing and my problem would have been removed. But I had to sit and I had to use my humility. You know, I had to think, well, why is this family member, you know, behaving this way? Are there other factors at play here? Are there mental conditions, perhaps? Are there traumas that this person has that's unhealed? So then I thought, well, let me take the second approach. And the second approach does not fully eliminate the problem, but it definitely takes some control of the situation. And it's going to be a temporary solve to my problem, and hoping that it's going to go down the correct path later on, because it's going to give them the chance to fix what had happened without completely having, you know, a permanent thing happen. So I hope I was explaining that very well. It's just, you know, for the safety of my family, you know, I don't want to completely put all my stories out there. So anyway, like, you know, and I had, you know, some others, you know, get involved and were kind of upset that I took approach number 2, because it's like, why didn't you just go with the other way? Because then the problem would have been eliminated for good, and like, yeah, that person would then get their karma and everything. But that's where I needed to use my right use of power, because even though I was very upset and I felt that, this family member didn't care about my well-being at all or anything, and took dramatic approaches and should have very well been punished for their actions. It wasn't up to me to create that punishment, that karma. Like, I knew we're under Saturn retrograde, and I know that they're going to get their karma that's due to them for what happened, but I took the more the approach where I used my right use of power. I had to do some sort of intervention, because I needed to be in leadership, because I have children, because, I needed to do something, but it was where I used my right use of power, okay? And I didn't do it just because I could, I took time. And, that's extremely difficult to do, especially when you're angry, when you're mad. It's why, I always tell, my family and stuff that, when you're very angry, we'll talk when you're not mad, calm down, just like I've been telling my teenage daughter, teenagers, if you guys have them, you can relate, especially when you're co-parenting, or when you're not together, it's very difficult, because when it doesn't work out with you, they want to run to the other parent, especially a daughter wanted to go live with their dad and everything, and I'd tell her, okay, I understand that you want to do that, you're upset with, my rules and all of that, but you need to give it some time. You need to think when, we're not upset with each other, and, to really think about that. Maybe do a trial, see how things go, don't make those permanent decisions right away. Okay, so anyways, I feel that I was meant to give that to somebody. I'm getting told to personalize my readings more, put more of my stuff out there, so there you go. I hope that helps somebody. Okay, so anyways, guys, the Shaman Dreams, see each of these cards like deep diver, diving into a task. There's such beautiful empowerment behind each of these cards. I can give you just a little bit of what I think, but they're just so beautiful. So definitely, if you're going to be interested in those shaman readings, and even if you don't feel like you were a shaman, I feel like I'm talking to someone that was a shaman in a past life, I'm going to be calling, you in too, but anybody can get guided to any of those readings, So, like I said, they're all timeless. I'm connecting with high vibe souls. All of us are here helping with the upliftment of humanity and love and light. So whatever you guys feel guided to doing, right? Okay, so since I was starting this one for my light workers and star seeds, and I just realized I didn't even pull a tarot deck, so I'm not going to do tarot within this one, so I'll label it oracle. So anytime I label, the reading oracle, then I won't have a tarot reading in it. I know some of you just go for the tarot, but you guys get my oracle messages, channeled messages. So, all right. If you guys are still here watching, then definitely you're here for the enlightenment that I'm giving you, the messages through the oracle. All right. So, source for my star seeds and light workers. They need to know with this energetic gateway. Wow. Those just all flipped. Okay, so we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to get into the book for all of these. Okay, so the Seas of Minnetonka. So very much it could be connecting with somebody that has, I think it's called Minnetonka. I'm not going to say it right. Minnetonkian is a type of starseed. Okay, but a message behind it is seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. And that's what I feel like we're doing here, right? I'm bringing a lot of enlightenment to you guys that you might not have been aware that you very much have, right? Okay, we have star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, and look a little deeper. Yes, and that's exactly what's happening. Some of you could have some sort of connection with the pyramids or with Egypt, ancient Egypt. Okay, you could have some ancestors. Okay, you guys could have something to do with the pyramids here, because the pyramids were built off the stars, right? The star systems, and you can see each of the pyramids are underneath each of the star systems. So you very much have ancestors from whatever connection. I see the Egyptian, sign here, but so that's going to be a message for somebody. Definitely you have star ancestors that have to do with the pyramid. So, however that relates to you. Okay, Maybe this is where I should get some more reading from the book. Okay, we'll set that one aside. So we got forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Because this is about your life, right? You know, you're very impactful and powerful as a starseed and light worker. We're very much here setting the paths, you know, because we come from these star systems that are just so different, you know, because Earth is all like 3D matrix, you know, and it's all about the physical and money and material. And we're not from that. We're here, but we're not from here. We're from places where, you know, we run on the vibration of love and light and all of that. So a lot of us may not understand, like, I don't understand a lot of like how the systems work. I don't understand the concept of like you know, schooling and all of that, why children need to be removed from their parents to be placed in systems to have other people teach them how to grow up and how to learn how to conform to society and live in this world. And you know, you shouldn't have to, you know, everybody shouldn't have to work and be away from their kids, letting other people, like, I've just never understood that concept, you know, and why they don't teach us about, you know, our beautiful, wonderful universe and planet and metaphysics and laws of attraction and all the things that we need because they wanted to control us, but I won't get into that. So anyways, we're very much here tearing down a 3D matrix, you know, getting everyone to get to that love and light and forgiveness, right? And not carry hate. And so we shine so brightly, okay, because we're different. We attract a lot of darkness, you know, but it's meant to transmute it, and it's meant for people to see us shine, for us to lead the path, you know? So you're going to have a lot of people following you. Know that you're going to have a lot of haters and a lot of people, but it's not that. It's jealousy, it's envy, it's all of that they're supposed to be watching, but it's supposed to be helping them. And I've been getting the enlightenment and the channeled messages that we very much are putting an impact on, you know, this dark energy. Like, we are helping awaken some of them at this time to come out of the darkness. So it's very beautiful. I loved hearing that. So remember to don't feel you have to follow the path. You probably have always felt that you were a black sheep, that you were different, that you needed to go outside the norm, that you don't understand, you know, like just the way things are, because we're of love and light, a lot of us from the star system. So okay, so be your own leader, okay? Trust the timing, trust the way that you came in on. Time is not running out, and you know that time is not real. It's been created here in the 3D to control us. That time is very much not a thing. So you are not out of time, right? And us being light workers and star seeds, we're very much serving our mission too, just by being here, right? Because the energy that we carry within us, especially through these portals where we're absorbing this energy and we're putting it back into the planet, and we're helping by moving around wherever you may feel guided to go. If it's just to take a short trip to the beach or take a vacation somewhere, you're helping with the light codes there, because I'm seeing all this beautiful water. Okay, so some of you definitely could have been from like places having to do with water, like Atlanteans, I believe. So connecting with like whales and dolphins and all of that, like from Atlantis times too, incarnations from there. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Very beautiful. Okay, you got the love, Hadrian energy. So we've got some Hadrians here, and codependency. Wasn't it in this reading where I said I'm very strongly connecting with somebody that's in some sort of codependent relationship? They're staying with someone due to fear, needing to create boundaries for themselves, because we got codependency coming out here. We got loosen your grip, coping mechanisms. See, because somebody is holding on to stuff. Addictions, all right? Fear, worry, that low vibrational, the 3D. So if you're staying in a situation because you're worried about money, materialistic things, and I know it's hard. I know it's a hard concept because we need money, right, to survive this world. And it's very challenging. But we have these missions, and we are very, starseeds and light workers, guys, we're very gifted. We're here, you know, on these missions. We have all sorts of divine protection. We have all sorts of we have so many different, people that we can connect with, so many star ancestors, right? To angels, ascended master spirit guides helping guide us and give us these opportunities and these things. You may have noticed that you're able to manifest a lot of things. You might not right away when you want it, but when you stop trying, it comes. You may have realized that throughout your life, you constantly get help when you need something. Because we're getting all of this help to help us embrace our missions and paths and everything. So let go of that, because you can't get your blessings and your gifts when you're in that low vibrational energy, right? So somebody, hasn't healed from their childhood traumas, and I get it, guys. It's hard. I mean, I didn't heal from mine until a couple years ago. I mean, I was very fortunate that I had somebody notice it on me and gave me a very special crystal. It was a very special crystal that helped heal my inner child. But you can heal your inner child. I'm very strongly telling you guys again about crystal healings. You should look into different crystals and their properties, and there's different crystals for so many different things. You can basically Google what you're struggling with or what problems you may have, okay? And like fear. I think I have one of them too. Like my son was having all sorts of problems with fear and anxiety and worry, and I had Googled it, and hematite was one. So I got over there. I'd got him a hematite crystal, and he was in therapy and all sorts of stuff. And once I got him that crystal, it was like it calmed him. All of a sudden, he realized that was allowing him to let go of his anxiety and his worry and things like that. So that's definitely a message for someone. Healing crystals can definitely help you very much. But the inner child crystal, you could probably look that up, but it's a crystal on top of another crystal that grows off of it. So it's like two crystals in one. And guys, when it changes colors and you lose it, you're meant to. Okay? Whenever you lose a crystal, you're meant to. It served its purpose. Because this crystal turned so dark. It took so much. Like I kept draining rose quartz. Every time I put it on, it would drain to white. And I never knew. I'm like, why do I keep breaking my crystals? And I didn't realize that I was draining the crystal because my heart was filled. It was so broken. So yes. So a lot of times, that low vibrational energy can get you into addictions, things like that. So let God in. God, source, divine. That's a message for someone, okay? And we got inner earth. You'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. So guys, like I said, it's been so intense because with all of these light codes coming in, it's been stirring up a lot of the demonic energies that they've been fighting, if anything. That's why I like spiritual warfare. I did a couple of readings on that. So much strong energies. Since I'm at 30 minutes, I'm not going to get into depth in each of these cards in the reading. I'm just going to go off the channel messages I received because I don't want to make this one too long. But yeah, guys, don't give up. Hold the vision. New opportunities are definitely coming in. So don't miss your signs, your synchronicities. If you're feeling guided to go do something or guided to buy something or go somewhere, you don't know who you're going to run into. You could run into people that are there to bless you and gift you, right? So if you feel guided to go somewhere or do something, you need to listen to it, whatever you feel. Trust your intuition and your higher self to guide you. If you're feeling to end situations and get out of them, do it. Trust your soul's calling at this time, especially if you're catching this around the portals, because that strong energy is coming in, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to leave the reading there. I'm sending love and light your way. Again, if you are not subscribed, definitely subscribe. It's free to do so. Then I'm saved on your subscriptions. Find my channel again. If you want the notifications, then click the bell. All right, love you guys. Good luck with your journeys. Bye.